Okay, call the meeting to order at 5:33. All right, roll call. Present. John Pelletier. Brian. Linda Bond's absent. So item B, business comments. We have somebody here who wishes to speak. Just for the record, I passed around a copy of an email that Representative Gary got from Representative McGann's office. Is that correct?
Actually, I'm not sure exactly how it should be.
Okay, so anyway, a copy of this email has to do with the smoking issue here at Burnley. I was going to bring it up at under the business, but I found out about 30 minutes ago that the representative was coming, and so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and it's nice to be here with you folks. After what has occurred in the last day in regards to this email, I've been very, very upset. There are individuals who allegedly are still smoking in their apartments and causing problems for other neighbors. And their families have been given misinformation or being misled to the point where they are actually attacking you, Mr. Chairman. They're attacking your wife, me for not responding to emails and phone calls that I never received. But somehow insinuating because you work for the Greater Housing Authority and your wife is my legislative aide that there's something up, and that's why the smoking is not being stopped. I don't know what this conspiracy theory is about, but it needs to end. The last couple of years, I have never had so many phone calls about a housing authority than I've had about this housing authority, with residents being concerned about what's going on. Residents being afraid to speak publicly about these issues, and it's just a real shame. We have a nice facility. There are people who've been here for many, many years, and you know, I've online, and I don't know what century we're in, but I don't see the minutes of these meetings anywhere. All the other town departments and agencies have websites that have the minutes of the meeting so you can look at things. I don't know when you folks have talked about a smoking policy, whether there's actually been a vote taken or not. I don't know what is the policy, what is the enforcement mechanism of it, who is in charge of the enforcement. If this has been going on and it's been known to people, why it hasn't been brought up at a board meeting, why hasn't it been brought up at a board meeting? It's very a lot of very vulnerable people here who, if people are smoking in a building and they fall asleep and the place goes on fire, people are going to die, despite the efforts of the Tyngsborough Fire Department. But it's something that needs to be addressed, and it should not be an occasion to try to politicize something or try to insinuate that actions on behalf of any who volunteers their time to serve on a board, or who serves in public office, or who supports someone in public office. I think that something must be done about this. I think, in addition, 5:30 is a tough time for people in the public who work out of town to get here for a meeting. I don't know why your meeting has to be so early. I would suggest that maybe you move it to 6 or 7, like many of the boards in town have it. And I know you're not a town board, but you serve the same people. And there needs to be accessibility for people to be able to come and hear about things or to be able to speak about things. And again, the minutes of the meetings, I suggest that be uploaded to the website. I looked at the documents. I think there's only an application and one other thing. I don't know why the rules of each project are not there, but for some reason, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you have project managers for each one of the buildings, do you? This person who contacted me was saying that they spoke to the project manager here at Burnley, and you know, allegedly spoke to the executive director, and then I just got, because smoking has not stopped, your fault, Mr. Chairman. And I have not spoken to you today about this, but I understand you don't know about this as well, that there haven't been concerns. I tried to get them to come to this meeting. I guess it was a family emergency and they can't come to this meeting. But there are family members who are worried about it. The family member that lives here has a right to peace and enjoyment in their life and to be able to feel safe. My understanding, you're doing a smoking shack over at Red Pine. I don't know if there's one planned for this complex as well. It's the people's health and safety is most important, and I don't want to see this seen as a political thing that that tears this beautiful agency, because I'm not going to stand for it. And these people are, majority elderly, and they don't need to be put in this position. They should be able to feel comfortable coming forward with any issues. Cameras are a double-edged sword, whether it's cameras for any crime or whether it's cameras to see what people are doing. People feel like they're being watched, residents as well as employees. So I would suggest that the board take a very good look at these issues, and anything that I can do. I don't know what the situation is with the enforcement. I guess there's a policy that if you fine them, then there's a risk of homelessness or eviction and all that. But you know what? It's a privilege to be in a unit here. There are so few available units statewide that those people who are, if there's a no smoking policy, they should be abiding by it and going outside to smoke, not smoking in their apartment where they're putting other people at risk, causing more damage to the apartment. I remember years ago, Mary Gill and I had to clean out a rented space, and it had been a chain smoker. And we were cleaning and cleaning, and the stuff was pouring out of the walls. So it's damage that's being done to the property, but most importantly, it's putting people at risk. So those are my comments, but I would like to be able to look online and see what the policies are and what the enforcement is, and maybe these people who are smoking in the apartments don't know what the policy is. But I suggest that, hopefully you folks can do something about it and prevent a tragedy from happening.
All right. First off, the smoking policy that I wasn't, I'm aware of the smoking policy. I wasn't aware that there was an issue here at Brimley. I know there's an issue that has been going on at Red Pine for a number of years. That smoking community that you referred to, I believe, was part of the resolution to that problem. So, to my knowledge, I don't believe there's an issue here. The survey that refers to in this email, I don't know if you guys had a chance to read it.
No.
I believe that's the survey that we sent out at the start of the smoking policy, that they're referring to that, but I'm not positive. So, I'll open up to questions. Do we want to make a motion to skip down to new business and discuss right now? The representatives here, do we want to?
So moved.
Motion for the item new business to discuss this issue. I will just caution everybody. I believe there's names in these emails, so we can try to refrain from mentioning anybody's name. So, does anybody have any questions?
I have a question. First of all, thanks for coming over. We're always open. And I feel equally as you do that these people who live here, residents of Tyngsborough, as much as I just,
Excuse me, second. We have a motion, but I didn't get a second. We didn't think about it. So I need a second.
Second.
Motion and second. Further discussion? Hearing none, in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
So I feel the same as you, the citizens they should be happy living here. Smoking, I know over at Red Pine, there was a discussion going on for the last couple of months on smoking. And it had to do partly with cameras and somebody smoking. And we had asked the executive director, we'll probably hear something tonight, and we'll let not going to speak, but it was a resident that was complaining that he did secondhand smoke. And other residents going out there at the window, the smoke was going up. And my understanding, Executive Director did see that person smoke. And it was brought up at the last meeting that she was supposed to speak to that resident about not doing it. As far as smoking inside the buildings, I know maybe last year we received a correspondence, I believe it was from the Board of Health, that showed like a tile ripped or a void in the tile. And then there was also pictures of nicotine on the wall, so on and so forth. With that, I know myself, I asked how often do we inspect the units? Because since we get money to fix them, it's how often do we do it? So those questions are kind of ongoing. But how many phone calls did you get from people smoking inside the building?
I just received this one from this woman today, but it said she tried to reach me numerous ways, and then, kind of allegedly it's her mother who lives here, and it's in her 80s.
On another comment, on FYI, but people feel like they're being watched. We did speak about cameras. We did meet with a representative from the camera company there 3 weeks ago. There was one camera in question that was directing, seemed like in one direction where it would give somebody the freaks to know there was a camera right there. Again, we're going to wait tonight to get the Executive Director House will report. We did have a Zoom, not a Zoom, a phone call, we met in person with a representative from the camera company, explained to us what each camera does. One of them is put up to take a license plate number, the vehicles are coming out, both of our places. Other one was like the different angles, and the other one I'm talking about straight. And we were supposed to, and on the other side, the red pines, we have a couple of residents here that are special work section, what do you want to call it? I don't know what the right words are anymore. That they felt that somebody was going in and put out the refrigerator in the community room, taking parts of the puzzles out and going around all that. So we agreed at the last meeting to have a camera installed in that area. So for the safety people, because they feel like somebody's stealing something, we want to look on their behalf. Make them feel comfortable. And I know we've gotten a lot of correspondence from your office. I know that because I received it personally. We've been working on it, and it's been ongoing. It takes a while. Just can't do things overnight, but I do understand the concerns. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anybody have any else? I got a question for the Executive Director, if you have some, just Jen. Did you get a chance to glance over this and view this particular issue?
Yes, I'm aware of the issue. I've been dealing with the person. They requested for a transfer. This is they want to transfer to a first floor. They don't have any first floor apartments open.
So,
The person that she's referring to for downstairs, I have brought, it's a husband and wife. I have brought them both into the office, and he is not smoking in there. She does not allow him to smoke in the apartment. The other person she's referring to lives across the hall. That person was brought in for a meeting with the attorney, and I was told if he gets caught violating it, then he will be evicted.
so he's part of that
That group,
group
that's the attorney.
from Red Pine?
Well, we met with all of the residents from Red Pine and told them that this is that they're lucky that this housing authority allows them to smoke 25 people in a building, because a lot of housing authorities you can't even smoke on the property at all.
So, have you had any contact with this?
So,
Yes. Just, so, Can you take 5 minutes and read that, and tell me if what's in there, what she's saying is true?
The VA director has not emailed me, so that's incorrect. I can't answer to whether Pauline got an email from the town manager. I'm assuming not, because you're saying no. Paragraph where he was knocking on their door and offering baked goods. He even did that down here at Watson into the office and anybody that was down here in the community room. So it wasn't just baked goods given to her, being nice to a bunch of residents.
Promise?
They were cupcakes. They looked like pistachio because they were green, so I'm assuming pistachio. He is one of them that was told that, yes, he would be evicted. I mean, yes, we're smelling smoke, but we knocked on his door, we had caught him red-handed with a cigarette in his hand. The people downstairs, I mean, I brought them in, he's not smoking in the apartment. He swore on the Bible, he swore on the Bible that they don't smoke in the apartment. Matter of fact, he's probably, you've seen him, he's usually sitting down here by the guardrail.
When you say how close is the smoke? Down here.
Well, he likes to come down here and he likes to watch the traffic.
But where is the unit on halfway? It was?
Or he'll go up back where his wife's car is parked. So he's well away from all buildings and he smokes.
But so we actually walk in a distance. And there's no, is the smoking area down here?
We don't have designated, because there's 5 buildings.
Right.
To be 25 feet from all buildings, it's somewhat impossible unless you're down here or you're at this parking lot or the far parking lot. Now, in regards to the alarms going off in her apartment, I was in her apartment today because she called the office to say that the smoke alarm's been going off in the building for 2 hours. Nobody left the building, and why isn't anybody doing anything? So I flew out of my office because I'm like, why are smoke alarms going off for 2 hours and nobody doing anything, or even a call into the fire department? And as soon as I walk out my door, I can't even hear any alarms go off. I mean, John can probably vouch how loud and annoying those alarms are. Even as far as walking up to the building, opening up the door, I even get up to her apartment and she opens it and I'm like, she's like, can't you hear that? And I'm like, hear what? I can't hear anything. She's like, you can't hear those bells. And I'm like, there's no bells going on. I said, I hear your air conditioner running, so I went over and shut it off. I'm like, do you still hear anything? Yes, I hear. And I hear a fan going, so I shut the fan off. Everything in there that was making noise that I could hear, I shut off, and she could still hear these bells going on.
And what was that?
Today.
Today.
And I called her daughter today, as soon as I got
That's
back
a lot
to the
of
office,
fun.
very concerned that there's something going on with her mom because of the fact that she's hearing stuff that I can't even hear.
I mean, this was written on July 10th, and we had another, so that means that we're,
And even when I went in the building, there was no smell of smoke.
So the fire alarms are local, right? Well, there's fire alarms, heats,
Yeah,
but
there's heats.
but there's local smoke detectors usually that just, okay, you know.
But I mean, even opening up the door going into the building, the place was quiet. I couldn't even hear a TV going.
If I bet, isn't she deaf? Doesn't the lights go on and off?
And those weren't even going off in her, because I checked those, and they weren't going off in her apartment. And she said that she could smell smoke. I couldn't smell anything, and I couldn't hear anything except her AC and her fan going. which I shut all of them off just to eliminate what noise she could possibly be hearing. And she said she could still hear it, and there was dead silence in there. So that's when I alerted the daughter that I thought there was an issue. And she was gonna leave work and was immediately gonna come here and address the situation. So I'm assuming that's probably why she's not here tonight, because she's dealing with that. I know she's on multiple lists. My only thing that I have to say about it, I mean, I love this tenant, I love her daughter. This isn't the first apartment we had to move her to. And when she first moved into that building, at that time, we still had the smoking policy in place. We didn't have a policy, so people were allowed to smoke. She knew the gentleman across the hall smoked, and she had no issue with that. Because he was across the hall, there's no way to get into her apartment. And now, it's an issue.
So,
Because I addressed that before showing her the apartment.
anybody have anything else? Or continue? So,
It's not,
go ahead.
John, I do, but I think that we should have our fire alarm company come in and verify that the alarms are correct. And they're working in the proper, they're working properly the way they should be. And that's the first thing we do. Then we have a neutral party telling us that there is a noise or there's no noise. At least we know.
She said John into her apartment.
Say it again.
I don't know if that's true. She even said John Palavier has been in my
Oh,
apartment.
I've been in almost all days. But I mean, like, you have the fire alarms tested annually, correct?
Yeah. Yep, either August or September.
Do they go around and test every single place, right?
They have one person that goes in the apartment and one person down here at the
Yeah.
panel.
So, this will continue, please. But I'd like to have that, at least we know, at least we have an updated instruction, knowing that the alarm system is working fine, if it's not. From there, then if the resident needs assistance, then we have to reach out and see, okay, if there's a problem, there's a, whatever type of problem they might be having, we try to help them out. If it's whether it's, we find out there is a problem, put them on the list to move on as soon as they can. And that's just the way I see it. And as far as the other smoke going on, I found interesting last year when the state says, okay, we can smoke marijuana, we can't smoke cigarettes. And then honestly, I said at their ranks, you can do cigarettes, smoke marijuana, you know what I mean? Because like,
They can't
But-
smoke the marijuana. They can't smoke marijuana in their apartment, and they can't smoke it outside because it's illegal.
but I'm saying, when the state came on and said, you can do it, and it's legalized, you can sell it, you can do what you want, you get that dog.
Edibles, that's it.
But the secondhand smoke one is the most recent one. And I feel sorry, you can't breathe. But that's the part that, again, we may have an update on what we have to do.
So I have, if nobody has anything else, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Is the daughter aware that you're trying to transfer her to a one-bedroom?
She's in a one bedroom.
To a first floor, I'm sorry.
First floor.
To a first floor.
She's applied for a first floor. She's been on a wait list, and she just asked where she was up to the first floor, and I said, she's there, but I don't have a first floor, I only have 2 second floors. And she's on the second floor now.
And when was the first time the daughter came to you with this company? Roughly,
And she emails me at least once a week, if not twice a week.
on this, is every same issue? In those emails, is there any mention of myself or the representative or representative from her? Do you have any idea why she would try to single out myself or anybody else? She just,
It looks to me like she's excuse me, reaching out anywhere she can. I mean, it sounds like she's been sending emails. I mean, everybody's saying they're not getting emails, so I'm not really sure.
she's sending them, she's obviously not sending them to them. We don't have a housing authority yet, for each board member. so she would have to get it. Is that online? Personally, yes.
Well, there is an email that's set up to send on tablets, but tablets have been kind of all switched around now.
So it's possible that she could have sent it to the tablet.
No, because that's not online.
Okay.
What's online is the email that we can use.
Thank you.
So, did you answer me on how long the daughter's going to, how long do you think this is going to be an ongoing issue?
Pretty much since before we set up all the meetings with the attorney. She's been having an issue.
So, we're talking months. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, she did reference that this has been going on since the smoking policy kind of went into effect. Prior to that, she said that she was one of the people who kind of pushed for something like that. So if that's the case, it's been going on for.
Well, she was the one that was pushing
Yeah.
for us to get the no smoking policy. But her mom was moved over there before that was even in place.
Has anybody been in the unit, the staff, around the unit, smell any smoke anywhere, anytime?
Not when I've been in there.
And when she refers to project manager, is she referring to Tom? I would assume.
I think she's referring to me because there is no project manager. I mean, unless she's saying it to him, he's thinking he's a project manager when he's actually maintenance.
So Tom wouldn't have had any contact, like, or maybe you saw her. She came to visit or something.
Yeah, she's usually there every afternoon and seeing her mom.
Chair, I have a question.
Go ahead.
The second paragraph, it says there are many issues after this property owner is 83 years old, cancer patient, and deaf is being harassed by a 30-year-old man across the hall banging on her door. Offering to go home, take questionable intentions. He became extremely angry, which she did not accept. Have you ever heard of any harassment complaints?
I mean, she's the one that emailed me when saying that he was off knocking on the door and offering her cupcakes.
If you never respond to the question.
Yeah, I asked him why he was doing it. He said he was being friendly. He brought it down here too. People down here, he brought it to them as well.
Somebody used the word harassment. If they feel harassed, they feel harassed. Is there anything on record about the tenant saying he was being harassed?
No one's going to have a formal complaint.
We should probably stop talking to them now. You went through a lot of things, a lot of issues. Could you and your staff send us the list of things that you took us through? One thing, that was a headache, and I'd like to know what the issues are so we can address them properly. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
No, I would appreciate that. Just so you know, we've been talking the last couple of months about having a tenants organization, and I hope it happens. I think that could help us out a lot. But it can be in collaboration. The other complexes, even the ones we have on Coleman Road, you know what I mean? We still own that property. You know what I mean? And then they can come forward, organize, not just be a crap show, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, guess what we got? These are concerns of tenants. And we suggested to the executive director to send out or to make a draft of information on how to form the tenants organization. I did call Tommy Lee from the HVD, said that's up to the director to do, and I asked if he had somebody they could send that could save us a lot of work. And that was one thing. Another thing, I spoke to him about was some of our tenants that wanted a swing set. And unfortunately I wasn't here at that meeting, but I did hear about it through correspondence. And it had the chapter, the year, and so on and so forth. But that swing set included trampoline and a swimming pool. So I said, okay, I run into us in the swimming pool, I trampoline. I said, I'd like a swing set, there's your kids. So it's every night they're looking at TV and this kid's being shot. If we don't give them anything to do, they're gonna do other things they shouldn't be doing.
I thought you meant the seniors go on the trampoline.
That's trouble.
But
Yeah, the
anyway,
university is 24/7.
come to find out, that was written 21 years ago. So I tried to explain to this Tommy Lee, you have to revise, you have to go back and look at this stuff, that was 21 years ago. You know what I mean? Things changed but I'm not, never mind by the years.
Can I add on to that?
Sure.
So I mean, what I don't understand is like you go through Lowell and stuff, then you have their housing projects that are more HUD, federally funded or whatever, yet they have playgrounds right there in their facilities for kids to play in. Yet you have a Massachusetts housing who bans playgrounds in their family units, and it's absurd. Like, these are things that need to be revisited, right? To allow, I mean, like, a 4-year-old just got hit by a car because he was playing in the streets. I mean, not saying that he had a playground available, but that's a reality that could potentially happen in Tyngsborough or Drake's or wherever, where small houses are, the kids, and people just sit around the parking lots, and it may not be, on purpose, a total accident, but accidents happen because kids don't have someplace to go. And even for us, a family unit, by law, can't even put a playground set in the back of their own fenced-in yard. You know what I mean? Like, that's absurd. Like, I could see, okay, yeah, you want to do it? Here, see these 17 pages, sign here. See, you're waiving all liability. You're
That
doing this.
regulation?
That's,
Regulation.
Because it's a liability.
which needs to be changed.
And I've had a few family units that have said that, I'll sign any kind
Yeah.
of paperwork saying, and I said, and I get that, but what about somebody who comes and visits you? They're the ones that they could be concerned about too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, we didn't want to give you a homework with your kids. We did your message loud and clear.
Well, I'm even thinking, there's so many Eagle Scout projects, people are always looking for an Eagle Scout project, so that's something that,
Mhm.
and when you're talking about swing sets, I'm thinking seniors like swings too.
Sure.
yeah.
Gliders.
I mean, he changed their name, there's a lot of people they should have changed, left the name alone. And I hope they hear what I say.
Good practice.
I
AOHLC.
have a couple of more questions. So, she says in here, the second to last paragraph, I raised concerns about smoking a few years back. So, I don't recall this particular lady coming to a meeting. She could have while I was here. Do you recall her coming to a meeting? Was it prior to me being on the board? Was it?
She did not come to any
John meeting?
meetings.
Do you remember her coming?
She did not come to any meetings, she sent emails.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is an incorrect statement?
Well, she did raise the concerns, I mean, she didn't come to a board meeting.
She said I brought it up.
She sent emails to I'm not sure if it was every board member or just the chairman at that time.
So it's
I know that.
probably Rick Blair, I'm assuming. No? Oh.
Nope.
So put it back on.
You've been on 3 years.
So, is that a chairman or go to one of these guys? John or Don? You guys are,
This is what your second year chairman, so it might have been Dawn. I know emails were brought to a meeting. I remember that.
from this particular one? Okay. So,
They went to-
Sean, do you know, she says in the last paragraph, that you do something to get my mom out of here? Is that the transfer that she's referring to, do you know?
I think she's referring to anywhere, whether it be to a first floor or to these other wait lists that she's on. She's supposedly, last I heard, number 8 on 2 bills list.
So she doesn't want to out of the housing, oh, maybe she does.
Well, she's applied there.
Okay.
Last I heard, she's also on your housing authority list, too. I don't know where she stands on that list. I just know that they said she was number 8, and they call all the time to see where the status is.
So, how do we want to move forward with this? Are we going to address this? I'm assuming the representative's going to want to talk to her directly. Oh, thanks.
I mean, she was calling for a meeting.
So,
Right.
yeah,
She-
so just
But
want
who she wants the meeting with, because the email wasn't sent, it was sent to Larry Johann, so it looks like she's called for a meeting with her, but now I referred it to you for the meeting, it sounds like, right?
Okay, so,
So, the other question, I'm going to back up just a minute. The reason you didn't bring this to the board's attention was,
Because I've been working on it, I mean, I can't transfer if I don't have the first floor.
Mr. Chair, may I
Yeah.
interject? I think honestly, from seeing this and now moving forward, I think that if there's something going on, you're receiving correspondence two times a week, and it's week after week, and you're getting the same thing over and over and over, I think that, and I understand you're a part of it, that where you say it's day to day, but when you're receiving correspondence once, twice a week, or even once a week, in that matter, I think at a bare minimum, the chair should be informed, CC'd on it, so when this happens, he's not blindsided or whatever it says. What do you mean weeks, years, 2 years? I didn't know about this. At least the chair is,
That a motion, Chair?
Well, by reading this, it sounds like she's been emailing other
Yeah.
people and no one's received it, so I don't know what to believe. I mean, I want to say she's lying, but I mean, I can't.
I mean, and part of day-to-day is okay, so, and you don't even have to divulge, who, where, they are, just, hey, there's a situation going on, I'm handling it, this is, what it is, and just keep the chair abreast of what's going on. That's-
do we need a motion for that, or? Take care, all right.
That is a motion, I second.
Well,
All right, I can make it
Just
through.
saying, is basically, we need better communication between the chair and the housing director.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
The housing director to the chair, so it's a two-way.
Now, welcome, Chair, it could be you, it could be John.
Yeah, I'm not saying, and that's why I'm rephrasing, not necessarily Brian, but the chair, whoever's the chair at the time.
all right, so there's a motion and a second, any further discussion on the motion? Hearing seen none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, unanimous. All right, so, are you satisfied, do you need anything else from us?
I was just wondering, what it costs to do the smoking place over there, and if there were a couple, because you think about it, a lot of times it's raining out, and they have to go out and stand in the rain. Is there a way that, I know you got 5 buildings, but look into something, maybe one on this end and one up there, so there's someplace not too far away that they could go to. I just don't.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, do we have a discussion about that beforehand?
No,
No?
we've never had a discussion pertaining to Riddick. We had the big discussion on Red Pines, and Red Pines is built a beautiful,
Right.
which is going to be completed tomorrow with sides and everything. You guys don't know what to see in them?
We saw it at the last meeting with the town.
Now you haven't seen the completed entity, and the completed entity is now available. Come on, I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'll have to figure out.
Yes, please do.
Take a ride? Is that what we should do? Get back, cigarettes, take a ride?
Yeah, we'll pay for your gas price. Bill, the executive director.
But myself, I'm fully open to looking at a layout here at Ridley where can we strategically that's convenient for that side, this side, maybe 3, maybe 1 up here over the existing benches, so it's almost like a bus stop type of bench where people, out of there. I mean, that's what I'm have to discuss.
Have you had any kind of discussions on this about it?
Relative to the smoking issue,
I love it.
2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe, the executive director contacted several of the smokers and had a conference with an attorney relative to their smoking inside the building. And I was wondering if there's a report that's been out, there's a communication's been legalized that they no longer will smoke in the building, or are they just gonna do whatever they wanna do? Like a few people have already been saying that they do. I mean, especially like over at Red Pines, is that they sit outside there and they smoke and this, they didn't try to do anything about it. The executive director is responsible. And she gets the blasted for it. But we're trying to correct that problem. But people do what they want to do regardless of rules and regulations. Now, how do we correct that? That's the problem, because what we never
That
done
was,
was,
that was the meeting with the attorneys.
As you mentioned, health knowledge is worthless. A lot of people are looking at it, there's rules, But if you can't, if it's just 35 miles an hour, you go 45, and you get a ticket, then you got a ticket. So it's,
The
I have
mind-
one question, that was.
The mindset of the people here is that no judge will throw a senior out of housing. That's the issue. That's their mindset.
We need consequences, so we do what we could do. So if we get a,
What is the policy anyway?
I was just
First
gonna,
time you get thrown out, the second time you get thrown out, what?
I was just gonna ask that, what's the enforcement? What's the,
First time it's verbal, second time it's written, third time is a meeting, and then fourth time is out.
and I just seen a correspondence from the
Can we make-
last week.
can we make it monetary? So that they have to, say that, third offense is $50 fine, and it's fourth offense is $100 fine, and after
The
that,
state won't let us fine them. We tried that, like with dogs who tenants weren't picking up their dog food. Can we fine them? And the state said no. I already asked.
Can you put detectors in under like the second or third offense? Like a smoking, we have them at the school, like there's a leak detector, there's a smoking detector, and it would send like a signal to your phone or whoever's phone saying, hey, there's smoking going on.
that's, yeah, we should look into that, and maybe we can add that to the policy. Because we can put that in someone's apartment.
Yeah, that would happen, that would happen after the second or third offense.
We can.
And then that's,
We can adjust,
if you tripped out of the alarm,
we could adjust the policy, to include that. I think that's a very good suggestion.
then you'd be together.
But I think we received correspondence or smoking, THC, whatever they believe is right now, in our packet. I read it somewhere that it's like one, respect your own, basically, it was just something else. Do you know which one, what one was recent?
From the state,
Yeah. I don't know if we're
I have to
correspondence.
look back. They sent one out recently.
Can I ask a question? The woman that we met with a week or two ago, that had an issue with secondhand smoke, was the lady doing the smoking, or the person, whoever it was, addressed, speak with that person and say, hey, you gotta stop it. This is gonna last.
Which lady, the one that over at
Lady
Red
was
Pine?
sitting next to the table, 2 weeks ago. Not these people.
There was somebody out there.
The ones from Red Pine, the one that has, the one that has is over that ramp that's been
Yes.
complaining?
At the camera meeting?
Yes.
That we need to speak to her about.
But she was saying that it was still going on. And we asked her then, at that meeting, if you could speak to the woman that was smoking underneath that, did that ever happen?
Did she speak to her? I don't know.
Did you?
Oh, I've spoken to her. It's like everything. Nope, not me. So without, like, an evidence of a picture showing that it was her,
Even with a camera, there's no evidence it wasn't her.
we don't have that camera on that little
So,
area.
yeah,
That's
We
the one.
we did talk about
Right.
Right.
And he will be here tomorrow and Friday to install.
it. Okay.
Then we can catch her.
Chief, thought?
Then we can catch her.
Do you know where to find information on those things?
Well, you
you're
can
referring
do
to?
one, like that.
Do you know where we can find information on those,
I can, It's just that it's a smoking detector, we use them at schools.
Are they hardwired?
Yeah, they look like
I don't know much about them, I just know that
or like a little Wi-Fi access point. It's kind of like that, and it's got like
that,
little glass.
And it gets put on the ceiling?
Yeah, it just detects
It's sensitive.
like really sensitive.
So what if the firework company can go on?
Maybe. Oh,
Mr. Shepard, question, what would be the fairest way, the best way to respond to Congresswoman Trahan, Representative Gary, on how this board, not the directors, going to move forward on what was brought forward to us?
I don't know. I guess we could respond, but I would let the representative respond to Johanna's office. Because that was their direct contact, right? She came in to see us, and she knows what's going on, it's being addressed, and we're taking, right?
Do you agree with that?
Is that the,
Yeah.
would that be the proper way to do
Yeah,
handle
we
that?
can do that, no problem.
Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else,
Could we get a copy of the policy that you folks have? And not today, I mean, but just have it sent to us?
yeah, I actually have it at the house, but yeah. Take care of that. Do you have an address you want to send it to? Or email?
Email,
You can email, right? Okay.
Thank you very much. I know you weren't planning on talking about this tonight, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so with no objections, we'll move back up to, well, yeah, item B, business comments. Is there, we move back to visitors' comments. Does anybody have anything else they want to address us?
if you, if you just do a Google search for smoking detector, they pop right up.
Okay.
And it's
Would people like to speak
the
to the board about anything?
Do you need an official motion to go back to the normal agenda?
Yeah, they sent it to a lot of us. So, yes, but you got that? Okay. That's why, another reason it probably took so long to go through the, well, not so long, it's just, that's where it went.
Mr. Chair, do you need an official motion to go back into regular order? Or?
No, I think we can just jump back, when we're gonna go out, so now we're gonna go back to item B, and I think item B is all set. Nobody's speaking in the business comments, we'll go item C.
Did you want to say anything? Yeah.
I have a lot of issues.
Anything what we all talk about here at the meeting?
Well, I should have come very early to the meeting.
Well, right now, you're at the point where visitors' comments.
Oh,
So you're at that part of the meeting.
okay. Well, you know me a long time, right? I've been living here for 21 years. Now, I very seldom come to any of these meetings. When I just because I have a problem. My problem really is not a personal problem. But I have heard from the grapevines, and you know how rumors spread, that Melinda's contract is not going to be renewed because there's a lot of controversy in the board. And I happened to know Melinda for many, many years before she even became the director of this board. I mean, of the Tyngsborough House. And it saddens me to hear something like that. And I don't know how true it is because you know how rumors get.
And what was the rumor? We stated.
That her contract is not going to be renewed because she is not liked by the chairman of this board. This is the rumor that's being spread. When I heard this, I said, oh, and that also that when people have attended this meeting, that the chairman is very rude to her. I said nothing because I like to hear things for myself. So I said, I'm going to attend the meeting to see what's really going on. So far, I haven't seen anything like that, so far. But then this is my first meeting that I have to tell you. Whether it's a rumor that someone started and it's a lie, I don't know. I will speak on Melinda's behalf. I have known her for many years. Is she the best director? No. Is she the worst? No. But nobody's going to find a director here that's the greatest director. You will always find fault with the directors, always. But in my opinion, knowing her, that all the different hats that she has to wear in this place, I find that she is a great director. But then again, that's my personal opinion, and her personal opinion, okay? She's been living here 25 years, I'm here 21. I can't say enough about her. And I would hate for this rumor to be true. I know what I have now. I don't know the devil that I can get. You know what I mean? You know what you have. You're comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. I would hate for Melinda not to be here. Again, my personal opinion, and the opinion of many others that I have spoken to. Again, I have not seen the chairman here, because I just think, I don't know how true it is. Whether it's true that he's rude or not, I don't know that. Maybe I should come to more meetings, and then I could witness it myself. Right now, I haven't seen that. I haven't spoken to Melinda. I think Melinda's kind of shocked that I'm here. I didn't tell her that I was going to attend. But seeing this, hearing this rumor, it saddens me. I don't want to see Melinda. And I hope that this board take into consideration all the work that she does here and the position that she is, that she has to cater to so many people, so many different personalities that she has to deal with, and takes consideration and revises whatever decision you're going to make. And think of those things. Because no matter what we bring here, they're the ones that are going to like the new one, and they're the ones that are going to hate her. That's just the way it is. That's human life. But as an old tenant, I know what she goes through. I myself, not too long ago, came to her with a big problem. And it was a tough problem for her to solve. But you know what? She took the time, gave me the courtesy, and heard me out, heard both of us out, and took action right away. And she's done this in many cases of other people, other tenants. So please, take consideration of whatever decision you have, and I hope you make the right decision. And it's going to limit your stay. That's what I have to say.
Okay.
I'd like to go back to the rumor now. The executive director's contract is going to be up at the end of March of next year, 2024. There's a 3-year contract, that's going to be the contract. It's up to the board, it's 5 members. Each one of those members to say yay and nay, that they want to renew the contract. And that's where we're at.
Okay. I understand that.
And that's, and there's 2 sides to the coin. When that counts, I'm going to give my opinion, my honest opinion, on how I feel.
Are you the chairman?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're the chairman. Okay.
But then there's 4 other people that have to vote as well.
Okay, I understand that. It's been done before. I've been to 3 different directors here, so I know what it's all about.
Right.
And like I said, I came today because I wanted to hear from the chairman. I wanted to see, or to hear all the rumors that I have heard.
Okay, you can.
How Linda, how she's being treated.
No, it's just my 1/5 vote.
Yeah. And I believe that, it's very difficult for a woman to have to go to work and they go to one of these meetings and be treated in a disrespectful manner. I've been in that world out there, okay? So I know what it's all about, especially when you're dealing with women. She's the only woman here, and there's no one here to defend her.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, we do have a woman board member
I
who's
heard,
not here tonight.
she's not here today?
Correct.
Yeah, but I heard that no one has ever come to her aid.
So, can I just, I'm
Sure.
just gonna tell you briefly that, I'm not gonna comment on the rumor bills, but when their contract comes up for renewal, my 1/5 vote would be based on the merits of her job performance.
I hope so.
And that would be multiple things, emails, finances, attendance, the way she teaches, trying to, so that, the whole ball of wax of job. So just be assured, my vote would be based on that.
I hope so. I hope so, and everyone else, you know, and that you do take into consideration the many years that she has served this community here.
All
And
right,
that is all I have to say.
thank you.
Okay?
All right, moving on. Item C, accept the minutes from the meeting of June 28th, 2020.
Nick, I asked you, June 28th, that before we met with the first time on a kennel policy with people who were in there supposed to be
No, June 28th was not really the meeting, after you already met.
after. The reason I asked is because I had my notes, I turned in a couple of meetings, but we had a lot of meetings in the last month. That my notes be put as minutes. That we voted on now.
Yeah, there were the minutes from that, the meeting with the
That
tenants.
are
That
they
you
in
already-
there?
You already voted
My
on.
notes in there?
No, you already voted on those minutes, and I was to attach those to them. They were voted on at the last meeting, and I was asked to attach your minutes to them.
But is it attached?
Yes, should be.
It's attached in the original file, minutes file.
You want to just,
All right, so with
email
that,
that minute,
right,
that approved?
that's my question.
Okay. You want to email them to you, or are you good?
What's that?
You want to email you the minutes, or are you good?
No, I'm just gonna stand on a vote, that's all.
Okay. All right, so we need a motion to accept the June 28th meeting minutes.
So move.
Second. Motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
So that carries 3-1. July 12th, special meeting. This is- So that's what this is from the, what's going to ask for.
Dawn asked for the spec sheets and asked for the notes of what the guy said when he was on the phone.
Okay.
Right, and then the reason I want them is like, so I could work on the kennel policy.
Is,
I just got these now, and so now we'll start working on the policy.
so, okay, she also had that one attached to the minutes.
He
Okay,
just asked.
And if that has correspondence of us,
no, that's fine. I think we're good. All right, well, we need a motion to accept the July 12th meeting minutes.
So move.
There, a second? Second. Motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
no.
You vote no? Okay, so that's, 3-1. Sorry. All right, treasurer's report. Accounts report for June 30, 2023. Can I just ask a question? On the first page, it's electricity. So this is only 3 months, right? And they're saying we're showing what a deficit, will that change? Or is that because of, these bills are high because of a lot of uses?
Yep, and then will start going down.
Right.
And those come in.
I mean, I thought that was odd that electricity would be in a deficit, 3 months in.
Because we're in 3 months or 9 months.
Right, I get it. Same with materials and supplies and contract costs.
Just like right now, we're having used a lot of gas, so
Right.
then that will change come winter.
Correct. All right, we need a motion to accept the,
I'll make a motion to accept the accounting report for June 30, 2023, as presented.
second, motion and second, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, unanimous. Item B, accounts payable and payroll for June 30, 2023. So that's both meetings, correct?
I'll make a motion to accept the account payable for June 30, 2023, as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, just a quick question, saw on here, Weston and Sampson, 2200.
That's the,
Yeah, it's for the pump station.
yes, the protein matrix that goes down into the system.
That's what they charge that for. Is that a monthly bill or is that
that's-
yearly?
No, that's like every 3 months and they come out of the big drums instead of 5.
Yeah. Oh, all right, and then it be stored, okay. All right, so is there a motion? Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, unanimous. All right, expansion fund. Motion for the expansion fund.
I'll make a motion to accept the expansion fund.
Is there a second? Second. Motion is second. Further discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor? Opposed, unanimous. All right, correspondence. There's no questions. I guess we could do these all together. Mass Narrow, Merrimack Valley Junior Housing Report, Middle Beach, LC Public Housing Notice. What is that?
I noticed in the other newsletter, there's some certification training coming, conference, across ones. They chapter us on DHCDs, board meetings, successful development. Years ago, when I was on the board previously, I've gone to something that was very informative. I think one of these can be balanced. I thought it was very good. Anyways, it caught my eye, because I know I've asked before, I know the COVID, and they have stopped Helen.
All right, so we just need a motion to accept correspondence.
I'll make a motion to accept correspondence as presented.
Second. Motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. All right, moving on. Item F, Executive Director's Report.
We didn't mention this.
Oh.
There was something in the HCD.
Yeah, I included it in the, but if you have we can go back and get a question for that. I included it in correspondence. If you have a question?
I want to understand this was a verbal conversation. Nobody actually came here.
They
And
don't-
respond calmly, make it for Sunny, and so on and so forth.
They didn't need to come up this year.
They sent it to us. Correct.
Yeah, he sent it to you, yeah. This was just this public housing notice came out before he had done it.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure.
Okay. Got it. All right, Executive Director Sport, item A is vacancy.
So we currently have 3 vacancies, 2 on the second floor here, which maintenance has completed. We did, like I said, last month, we had our first floor open up at Red Pine. So we're working on getting that filled. We only have 12 open work orders. Capital improvement projects really haven't changed much yet, but a lot of these projects were slated for fiscal '24, which just started July 1st. So now that we're into July, hopefully they'll start moving forward. The AUP has been done and completed. I just received the information in the mail the other day. There's no issues, everything's been sent to the state. You've got the PNR was emailed to you. And as he said, we did very well this year and gave kudos to myself and the staff. In the LTO that we've been talking about, reviewing through the information, and like I said, I have no problem doing up this letter. There's just things that the board, we're gonna have to put in place if they decide to have an LTO, and I think we should already be thinking about how maybe someone approaches us and says, yeah, we want to do it. I mean, we got $500 a year in our budget. They're going to need office space and office furnishings and a dedicated phone line. And that how we handle making an office space, especially for family units. I mean, it's not like we have a community center that they use.
So, just a quick question on the dedicated phone line. Since we're into the 20th century, right? Could that be a cell phone or a stipend to the tenant president to cover part of their cell phone? I'm assuming most everybody has a cell phone these days. Would that be suffice as opposed to?
The only downfall I see on that is, like it says in there, they have their own board members and committees, so if it changes, then it's constantly changing the number that they would be calling, whereas they have one dedicated number if it was an office phone line.
Or you just add on a phone, a couple of phones to the housing plan, some cheapies, flip phones, whatever, it doesn't have to be nothing fancy. And issue those out to the tenant board. Whoever, like the chair.
I don't know if it says dedicated phone line, but assuming that that's old and needs to be updated, I would think, right? So,
I would think that's what's in the paperwork.
I mean,
It doesn't specify what kind of phone.
do we need permission from the HCD if it's something we can just change it? As long as we provide with the phone.
Correct. Another,
It'd all be part of their, it'd all be part of their budget, because they have to do up a budget, and financials have their own monthly meetings, their own board of directors, or,
And who would pay for the phone? Doesn't that come out of the house?
or we would be paying for it, but
Right.
then it comes out of their budget that they set up.
Okay.
that was one of the reasons that I spoke to Tom and if we could have help. Explain it to the tenants. They see your advantages, your disadvantages, whatever. And hoping it was gonna be jumpstart for us to do it, to make it easy for us. Easier for executive director, easier for us. To get the proper letter out there to the tenants and say, hey, they say, I don't want it, I don't want it. But I wanted to give everybody a fair shot. Knowing the facts, would be able to answer. So,
And I have no problem with that, I just want to make sure we know what we've got to do if someone says, yeah, I want to do it, and we already know what we're going to have in place. Or thought of
That's
in
fine.
place.
We want to figure out, look into what we need to do for office space and all about that.
I'm not sure where we put it. I mean, the family units wanted to have their own, and where would they have office space in their own?
I mean, they could still have it at Red Pine Conference Room or whatever, you know. Because if the family unit wants to use that, the conference room at Red Pine, for a baby shower, they would just look on a calendar, see what's available, and in essence, rent that room.
So,
So they can,
And then we have to tell you people can access,
if we have, if that's the least of our worries, we're going to find a space, that's a good thing. I think they, this is tenant organization, people want to do that, it's a good thing for the housing authorities, it's a good thing for the tenants. So I think we should just move forward and put it out there. If somebody wants to do it, let's, you know, address those issues and make them up. I don't think we should be putting up any roadblocks.
I think we'd asked the last meeting, the chair, that the executive director come up with a draft, show it to the chair, share it with the board to see if we want to add things or delete things in it before we send out the letter to the towns.
Okay.
I think we did have that conversation.
I have a question. So the, in here, the verbiage is like, they would have a $500 annual budget. I mean, is that total for all combined LTOs, or is it 500 for Brimley, 500 for Red Pine? So they would have to
$6 a unit or $500. So the $6 a unit is higher, which it is. So in this case, it's $500. So yeah, it's combined. And so if there's 3 separate LTOs, they can only be $500 spent a month for it.
I mean, why couldn't they just be one LTO, one chair, and then you would have on the board, you would have a family rep, a Brimley rep, a Red Pine rep, and then maybe an at-large or something like that.
You can have one, or you can have one for each developer, depending on who shows interest.
And then those members can have subcommittee people, 3 other people just from Brimley and 3 other people, you know what I mean? Like, that would, yeah, you're not having 3 completely different tenant organizations.
So we end up having one organization for 3 separate sites, right?
Yeah, like they would have, their change meetings here this month, next month the meetings there, or by whatever it is that they want to do. I mean, ultimately, it's up to the tenants to decide.
That's why we have to have a draft law.
Exactly,
Look
yeah,
at the law.
yeah.
And go from there.
Yeah, and we need to start.
All right. I have, just one other question, just if I can jump back to vacancies. Maybe the first floor of that time, would that tenant we were just talking about, the smoking issue or smoking the transfer, be able to fill that?
If she wants to move over there. If there's nothing in the regulations that says that she can't move over there, most of the people who are here, they prefer to stay here, because they're already well established, but there's nothing.
Should we offer it? And I think that would make sense, right? Especially,
Yeah.
right?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
At least the offers, the ball was in their court.
Right.
If they say no, say, we
And then they have to wait,
tried, but now we'll have to,
have to wait till the next one comes available.
yeah.
Yeah, so that-
All right, yeah, well, it is what it is, right? So we can address it now, or we have to wait to see when we can. It could be in another month, it could be in another year, you know, you never know. So, all right, so that's perfect. All right, anything else?
Technically over there, there's no such thing as a principal because you've got the lift. So
Oh,
there shouldn't be any reason why people would need to transfer from the second floor to the first floor.
Anything else on the executive director's report?
All right, number 6,
Oh, I'm sorry. John, I did that last time. I did that last time to you too.
something I would have to sheet of paper one that you attach.
They're at the end.
Attach the payroll system is my agreement. Time off the policy and then July 16th, it's also changed. Only about a time off by vacation time, sick time, sure, but I couldn't read these, I don't know what they're saying. PMH, PMH,
PHA, that's the computer software.
okay, Okay, so the first page had, and then the next page was, and the third page, what was that?
Those are the accrual tables, that's what, how much gets accrued
What
every
was it really
month.
saying?
That, because the vacation and sick time is accrued monthly. So the last 2 pages is
So
how
the
much
first
gets
sheet.
accrued each month.
Okay.
Gets added to the current balance.
So this is,
So sheet number 1,
It's what currently
we'll
as
go
of,
by, that's what we have on the books right now.
that was as of through July 16th.
Okay.
I'm glad, I meant to ask that, because I was looking for a date myself.
Oh, that was as of July 16th.
You should be out with, what are you allowed to carry over?
I'm good.
Okay.
1 week.
The
So,
contract says different.
so page 2,
Personnel policy says a week.
page 2, you get, 10.4 hours,
Vacation,
right?
6.5 or sick time.
And personally, you just get 3.
Personal is just the 3 days plus the days that were
Yeah.
already voted, a day and a half added
Yeah.
for those special days.
You get that?
No, I said it because there were 2 people talking at the same time.
All right, the next page, right, she gets 10.84 hours vacation time every month. Up to
Okay.
15.
I go back to the first page.
Yes, yeah, it's 15 as possible.
You get 142,320.
That's sick time,
That time or that money?
that's hours.
Hours. 142,000 hours?
So,
Oh, 144.
No,
1,104
Hours of sick time.
in a .25.
Okay. Okay, and the other thing that I want to bring up on that was that when you request time off, and I looked it up and it's within the contract. We don't have to come up with a rule, it's in the contract. That time off needs to be approved by, the chair or designee. Which paper? Anyway, we don't have to come up with a right in there, so when I'm making a motion is, when the executive director wants time off, personal or sick time, and there's a notification, or vacation time, that she gets the okay from the chair or designee. That's a motion. We don't have to come up with anything, it's already done.
One second.
Motion is second. Further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just, an FYI, sick time mode, you don't need permission, it's usually called sick. Right. Correct?
Okay, I mean, all in, so.
Right, yes, but you just send the chair at the time. Notification.
So we approve or just an email that I'm taking time off.
Well, we call it sick, you just need a notification.
So for personal vacation.
Personal and vacation, I think it's approved, correct?
Some of it right now, especially this time of year, is weather dependent.
Well, that's fine.
Taking time off to do outside things with the grandkids, because it's crappy, then not taking the day off.
I don't think anybody has a problem with you saying, hey, it's supposed to be beautiful, I'm not taking it off, or, you know what?
It's gonna rain, so.
I took next Thursday off, but now Thursday's here, and it's pouring, so I'm coming in.
I mean, I can just send an email to say,
Yep. Yeah, if you know what, in advance, the email should come in advance, that's all.
you know, we can be planning on each trips.
Yeah.
But the rain, rain isn't helping. My daughter only has Mondays and Thursdays off, so.
Are you good? This?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, moving on, unfinished business, discussion on video. Oh, I'm sorry. We need a motion to accept the director's report.
So,
Motion, is there a second? Motion, a second. Further discussion? Hearing seen none, all in favor?
aye.
Opposed, unanimous. All right, unfinished business, discussion on video camera.
Yeah, you can get the, we got the notes, so now we're a little more educated on, drawing up a policy, I guess.
Well, yeah, I wanted to look at it, but really haven't had the time to sit down.
And he will be here tomorrow and Friday with 3 cameras, 2 at Red Pine and 1 here. It's definitely suggested, instead of trying to adjust moving what the other one covers, it's best just put another one in.
So, is push this off till the next,
Yeah, put it as a placeholder for next time.
put it up for the next meeting? Discussion on forming a tenant council, we actually have that. We've heard-
On the correspondence that they sent, I'd like to know the number of cameras of each that we have. So when I start working on the policy, I can add on that there's what type they are, how many we have.
Is there anything in the office? Like a camera, like
Just that one right there, I think.
face?
That one there face kind of covers down that hallway in case anybody goes to the office door.
That's
Nothing
the one.
in the actual office itself. I mean, if the door is open, then they're standing in that area to capture them on that camera, but not actually anywhere else in the office.
Do you know the number of cameras off the top of your head?
So, because it's leaving, so it'll be 21 here after he puts the camera in here. And then Red Pine, Greens, adding to us 25.
That's what that being some of the chair. We have, when that done installed, we say, okay, we have a GNC 24-XD/U, 7 of them. Then, whatever the next number is, we have 4 of them or whatever it is.
So the very first cameras, those are the dome cameras, those are inside cameras.
There's those right there.
Yeah.
So he's just wanting the,
He wants all the numbers.
quantity, a stock list. We have 4 of these.
Okay, so all I have to do is go on the camera. If it's an inside camera, then I know it's a dome. If it's outside of the other one, and then we have license plate cameras. There's 2 license plate cameras here because the fact that this driveway entrance is so wide, and then there's 1 at Red Pine.
Right, so,
And that's the very last.
because I don't see the blinking lights in what I'm saying, is what I'm asking. We have 8 of one, 9 of the other, 6 of the other. On this side, and then the same on the other side, that's all I want to know. It's like, so they start on the policy, because they, Tyngsborough House, already have 6 of these, 4 of these, 2 of these.
Okay.
You know?
So I just have to, we just look on the cameras to know if it's an inside camera, then it's the dome.
Okay, so, all right, so,
The license plate.
you can tell me that fine if you're not.
The license plate camera is the very last one. Yes. This is the inside.
This is the very last.
Yeah,
Fixed bullet,
yeah, those are the license plate cameras.
and where they started looking.
So there's 2 here and 1 at Red Pine.
So I'm assuming one right outside here.
There's 2 outside here. Because this entrance is so wide, he had to put 2, one that kind of angles this way, and one that angles that way. And then at Red Pines, it's as you go in, right there where that first family unit is, it's on runoff. So,
All right. All right, anything else on the cameras?
No?
Discussion on forming tenant council, anything else?
What?
The tenant council, we addressed it, correct?
So we're leaving Ian as on the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
Taking G off.
I believe so, right? You're all set with G?
And I
Yes.
agree, it's, we're not having actually.
So it should reflect it on next meetings.
All right.
All right.
Old business, CPC rep update.
Nothing, got the email from Matt Hanson saying that, next month there, we should resume CPC meetings, get ready for, fall time. So,
All right. Affordable Housing Trust update. All right, so nothing on that. And update discussion on future housing, that's also Linda, right? So nothing on that. New business, anybody? Anything for new business?
Yeah, I have one thing, which, a few meetings back, they received a copy of a policy, you know, we have to file and safety inspection. And thought it would be, if it took things out of it, it'd be helpful, we inspect out of house. It'd be helpful, me know that it's up to date, and a lot more up to date, the HCD, March 13th, something. When this time doesn't inspect staff, will be in 2 rooms to determine if there are any health and safety concerns, or if the room is in violation of any kind of Western student code, which one day, which would be present. Violations include, but not limited to, excessive trash, unloading outlets, overloaded outlets, multi-fire equipment, potential fire hazards, or other conduct code violations. You don't need to be present at that time, inspect residents, like staff, that would be housing guard.
Yes.
Elected and must expect inspection in your absence. The inspection will be available online on cultural, whatever we send. Issues found additional visits may be made by the THA staff to ensure that the issues are correct. If you have any questions, please contact us. This is just want to take up bits and pieces. And I apologize for not making more copies, but it's a good template to start with.
Yeah, I agree with that. So,
That would be just part of the notice that we're doing inspection.
so along those lines, right, did we get any pricing on having inspections done by outside?
I got one. I gotta research to see other companies that do that, just to get competitive prices.
That's fine. I'm just thinking more than a number of things. And we'll talk budget. So if you want to go down that road, we can budget. You know what I'm talking about? We had the discussion back about, maybe having somebody come in and do inspections. So they do the inspections, and obviously they don't work here, so they're gonna, initially, there'll probably be a lot of work on it, but if you spread it out, and you do, you know, we don't do all the units at the same time, it's gonna be spread. But eventually, you get less and less work on this, right? And things are being fixed, they're up to date. I think we should look at going down that road. So she did get one price, she's gonna get some more, and I think it should be available, so that if we want to do that, we can budget it for next year. That's all. All right. Anything else for the new business, anyone?
Well, I guess I'll do it on the new business, because Colleen Gary brought it up. She was saying there that, on our website, she looked for all the existing, like an application, policies, or just, well, anything like that, and there was nothing on there. I'm wondering if we could, you can task Melinda to pick one policy and just scan the PDF, or if she already has it in PDF, just upload that PDF to the website, just 1 week or something like that.
I have all the policies in my computer.
Yeah.
Thing is, they're not on letterhead, and they don't have the line that I put in after that says when the board document. So I would have to scan each one instead of just uploading the file that's already in my computer.
I guess, I mean, it kind of sucks you scan, but I mean,
And
if
then
you just do one.
And I
big
gotta talk
document-
with the people because they're revamping their software for the website, so last I heard, any changes to the website, I have to send to them, so I can follow up with them on
I
that.
mean, another option, and it would be kind of free, is if you just did a Google domain, so a Google website, and they're free, and then you just take the existing web domain, like that we have, you know, www.tha or Tyngsborough Housing, whatever it is there, and then just redirect that to Google. And then the other website, you can just take down and not even pay for it, and just, then you transfer your domain to Google. If you need help with that, okay.
You might have to, because right now, the website is through the PHA that we do our software. So we do all of our bills and tenants, it's through them.
And how much do we pay for that? Just the actual website itself?
I have to look up instead. Yeah,
Well, I mean, the GoDaddy,
that's what we're paying, is GoDaddy. There's no charge to them for the website, because it's all part of the
Oh,
software.
it's all part of the software.
It's all part of the software that we're already paying.
but you yourself can't.
I
Well,
could.
not right now, because they're maintenance or something.
Well, what it is they started out with an initial software package, and slowly they've been taking module by each module and shifting it over to their new software package.
So they were-
I can't get into it anymore because they moved it from the old one to the new one, and I've got to work with them to figure out all of that, because they're shifting everything. We only have one module left to shift, and that's all the tenant files.
How long do you think that'll be until they finish that?
I'll follow up with them right now.
Because yeah, we could do one or the other. If we gotta wait, yeah, we gotta wait a week or something.
And
Probably
honestly,
go like 2 or 3, right?
and it could be a simple thing also, is just one to just grabbing the copies and putting them onto like a Google Drive that's view only, and then on the PHA's website, they're like ours, that's hosted by them. They just put a link to the Google Drive, people just click on it, and how the board packets are done, you just, as they get, you just put it into that. People,
We're already paying for Google Drive, big chunk of money.
yeah, so that's how you can utilize it. You're paying for it.
I had to get rid of some stuff of mine because there wasn't enough storage.
Other business,
I'd like to make a suggestion. One, the bylaws, or of anything that we have that doesn't have a letterhead. Can we get somebody to type it? So it is on a letterhead and then
It's already typed in a Word document. It's just when I print it out, I put letterhead and print it.
and then she'll have to rescan it.
Rescan it so
Can we
they
make
have the
it-
letterhead.
Can we make it so we don't have to rescan it, so somebody else will call and give it to us? Just give it to people, while we send it electronically, so it ends up on.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta figure out,
Different, more professional.
do you have a book of policies
Yeah, we're on the site.
with the letterhead? So yeah, you just pull that up.
But the original is.
But if somebody wants an email, you can't do that.
I just scanned it and emailed it to me.
So yes, it can be done. All right, other business, my question is, do we really need other business, because new business, we cover.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, do I want to do this on the other, or do I?
So we just remove, other business going forward? Just
Or is
anything?
it
Yeah,
new
take that.
business?
Other business, new business.
Or is it new business usually the stuff that I'm presenting at other business maybe?
Oh, either way, is that why that's it? I
That's
guess
the way it's been.
that makes sense,
Or-
well, at least I understand now. All right, so we're not ending on the other business. Next board meeting, August 30th, 2023, 5:30, Red Pine Terrace. Contain a motion to adjourn?
Another thing that Gary mentioned, that the time that we meet, I don't know if it was a concern by more than one person. Mentioned there, why can't we not meet on later time?
She meant it for business people that are attending. Now, I know the tenants, they prefer earlier.
Oh, yeah, she was referring to that woman that she sent the email, right? She told her she should come tonight. She said she could.
Yeah, she had a family issue. She said, like I said, there was that issue because I was in her mother's apartment today and called her, so.
No, it's just for that one incident, wasn't it?
She
That
was
somebody's asking
referring
to change our meeting
to,
time.
she was referring to business people that are attending our meetings.
Yeah, usually, like,
You have to do
the
business.
Traeger thing, their meetings used to be at 7, now they're at 6. But we want to move it to 6. Okay with that, gives me a little more reasonable. But, I mean,
5:36, whatever.
I don't, well, maybe.
I'm okay. I mean, whatever you want.
People are asking if it's not just like, if they think it's gonna be helpful, I'll do whatever helpful.
Yeah, me too. So I don't, it's just, I don't know what's.
What's that?
Yes.
I do, but I have to be here before Diane leaves, so that somebody's in the office. Because the office is open till 2, she leaves at 1:30. So I'm usually in before she leaves.
Well, what about,
Unless
she
I order
would-
for half an hour once a month, it's not covered.
yeah, I mean, go that, or even if she stays and you give her a half hour, whatever it is, comp time or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you stay later, you can come in later another day, or leave early one day, whatever, something like that. One hand washes the other.
Yeah, talk to her, figure it out, and we can change the time for that.
What does everybody want?
Because we don't really need to have a vote on
I
that.
don't know,
Well, we probably need to change our
Yeah,
bylaws.
exactly, we have to be changing the bylaws.
Right.
So motion, I vote it has to be done, so we can put it on as an agenda item.
Right. All right.
motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn?
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you.